Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday afternoon. It's very, very, very wet here. Like, really, I think we've just had a massive rainstorm hit. It was absolutely, yeah, out there. But I'm very lucky, as you all know. I get to stay in. And yeah, don't have to worry about getting wet or cold. So that's a bonus, I suppose, to my illness, that, you know, I'm in here all tucked up, warm and snug. I had all intentions of getting up very early this morning and getting myself dressed and doing this this morning. But it's now 1:30, nearly 1:30 in the afternoon, and yeah, I've just surfaced from my bedroom, and I did get up and have a banana and a couple of digestives this morning with my coffee. I do that so that I can take my tablets. I have to take tablets during the day as the day goes through. So I'll start the morning off with the tablet very, very early. So first thing, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's my diabetes tablet, and I take that, and I'm not allowed to, I can only have it with a sip of water, and I'm not allowed anything to drink or eat for half an hour after that. So I take that about 6 a.m. That way I'm not hungry or anything. So I'd just take it and then probably fall back to sleep. And then, excuse me, got my dribbly nose again. Just grab a little bit of tissue. Yeah, so I take that, and then when I wake up, so probably about 8:30, 9ish, I then grab a banana, I have a cup of coffee and a couple of digestive biscuits, and then I take another 2 tablets. And that's when I take my aspirin for my blood, and another tablet. And then at 8 o'clock at night, I have my 2 chemotherapy tablets. And then I take another tablet before I go to bed in the evening. And then in between that, I take any pain relief that I might need. So I do have codeine for when I'm particularly not feeling too great, or try just to stick to paracetamol. I can't take ibuprofen because they're an inflammatory and I'm not allowed them, which is ironic really, because prior to the diagnosis of the blood cancer, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and my medication for that was anti-inflammatory. So I took 2, they're called naproxen, and I used to take 2 of those a day, quite a high dose. And if I ever had a headache or anything, ibuprofen was my go-to. But now, ironically, I can't have those. So yeah, no wonder I was poorly, because I was probably medicating myself with the wrong stuff all the time. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm not here to talk about, sorry, just pouring my cup of tea. Not here really to talk about anything. Little bit about my white blood cell count. So when you're on chemotherapy, I'm very lucky. I've got a kettle and a fridge upstairs in my craft room office. So I don't even have to go downstairs to make a cup of tea. And on the days when I'm particularly not feeling very well, it's an absolute bonus. And yeah, so I can store even like fruit and stuff in my fridge, so that I've got things to eat if I'm not very well and there's nobody home because they go to work. Anyway, so my white blood cell count. So when you're on chemotherapy of any form, your white blood cell count goes really low. Now your white blood cells are the ones that fight any bacteria and any like diseases like colds, flus, coughs, sore throats, anything like that. So if you come down poorly, your white blood cells will, you might think you're really, really poorly, but in your body, your white blood cells are actually fighting that for you. So, you know, that's, your body actually fights things. My white blood cells have gone very, very low on the chemotherapy tablets. So I do have a warning that I'm not going to be able to fight infections or anything like that. So my son wasn't very well a week or two ago. Sorry, I'm fiddling around with you. He wasn't very well a week or two ago, so he practically came home from work and just stayed in his room. Didn't really mix with me at all, which was good, and I never got anything from him. My hubby a couple of days ago said, oh, I think I've got a little bit of a sore throat, but he's been feeling like that for quite a long time, like something's coming, and it's just never come to anything. So I said, I'll see how it goes. And then, not yesterday, the day before, he came in from work and said, I'm really not very good. So he's been staying out of my way as well. So yeah, it's pretty lonely having this illness, like I've said before. So it is pretty lonely. And when your close support network goes down, it's even lonelier. So he can't come to the bedroom to sleep at night because I can't afford to get this cold off him. So he's been sleeping downstairs on the sofa, which is really good, comfy sofa. So I don't feel sorry for him. But it's just not nice not to be together. So yeah, that's not good. He's still going to work. He's just got to be very, very mindful around me. So on the chemo tablets, I have to be extremely careful. So it's, you know, on the packet, you're not supposed to get them out of the packet. You're supposed to wear gloves if you get them out of the packet. Especially anybody else, if they're getting my medication for me, they must wear gloves. When I go to the loo for any thing that you do on the loo, I have to flush the toilet twice with the lid down, so that, because you can not a very nice way to describe it, but you can expel chemotherapy through your fluids. So I have to flush the toilet twice when I go to the bathroom. Have to be very mindful. We're as a family, we've all been very mindful that we're very good at washing our hands and things, as I think most people are. But we are quite clean in that way, and we've always had our own hand towels in the bathrooms and our own towels. So I didn't really have to put anything in place for that. I keep doing this. I'm going to have to go to the opticians and ask them to tighten my glasses because they're a little bit floppy. Anyway, so yeah, so we've always been quite good with health and hygiene. So I haven't really had to put anything into place with that because we've got our own towels. We're good at hand washing. What I did do, so downstairs in the kitchen, we've got an automatic soap dispenser. And so you don't touch anything, and you just pop your hand under and it gives you some soap. So we did buy one for the upstairs bathroom, and we've also got a downstairs toilet, so we're going to get one for there as well. Just minimises anybody touching anything if they've got something to give to me, and also me minimising if, you know, if there's chemotherapy things anywhere, then it's not going to go to them. So yeah, just being mindful really of looking after myself a little bit more. I did say previously, since I've been on chemo, I've had, I wouldn't say cold symptoms, but I feel like I've always felt like, since I've been on the tablets, I've always felt like I'm gonna get a cold, or but it's just like a dribbly nose, and I sound like I've got a cold. Like, I don't think my voice sounds like this on a pre-normal me. Other people might say it did, I don't know, but I just think I sound a little bit snuffed up, but you know, who knows. So yeah, not having any time with my husband at all, which is really quite strange when you're living with somebody but you can't really go near them. So that's a little bit odd. I think my daughter's coming over today to have dinner with us this evening, albeit we'll be sitting quite far apart, just in case I can't go near my husband. Everybody else is fine at the moment. We also were going to have I've got a pub at the bottom of my garden. It's not a real pub, obviously. I will show you around it one day. It's quite, yeah, when people see it, they're quite shocked, because a lot of people have got bars built at the bottom of the garden now and stuff like that. But my dad built it in 1999 for the millennium, and it's a double garage and it's converted into a pub. And when you go in, it is like a typical British pub, bit more like social club. It's got a gambling machine, like a bandit thing. It's got a jukebox, it's got a bar stools, and then tables and chairs. It's decorated exactly how my dad did it. So yeah, it's quite a novel thing, and we do often have our friends round for evenings in there. And my husband had organised a race night, so we have a CD with horse racing on it, and then you get it all up, who's running and who's winning. Do they run? I don't really know. Anyway, so yeah, so you get it up, and you put bets on, and it's just like, it's not massive money. Like, we'll probably pay £1 a race, and then the winner gets the winning. So it's a little bit of fun, and gathering your friends round to get to see everybody. So he'd organised that for tomorrow, and we were gonna cook some nice chilli and jacket potatoes. So we've ordered all that food. Obviously I haven't made the chilli, so it's in its raw state, but he's had to cancel it because obviously he's got this cold. And even though it's, you know, it's not just about me, I have to be very, very careful, but we don't want to give colds to our friends. Like, that's not very nice. You normally want to give them smiles, not colds. So yeah, so we've cancelled that. So we're gonna have quite a lot of jacket potatoes to eat, but you know, that's okay. So I might see if you can cook them and freeze them, because I know we do buy frozen jacket potatoes for handiness for me. If I need if I fancy a warm lunch or something, then you just get them frozen and you pop them in the microwave for 5 minutes and you've got a jacket potato. So I'm sure I would be able to bake my potatoes and then freeze them. I'll have a look into that. So yeah, that's where we're at this weekend. So nothing really going on. Won't really be having any interaction with the old husband. I've got nothing planned. I don't ever have anything planned. Obviously, I went out last week, but I don't generally have anything planned. So going back, so you'll get used to me, because I think things in my head and then I say other things and then I forgot what I was supposed to be saying. Anyway, so with my white cell countdown, if I got an infection or anything, then I have to immediately ring the hospital that are looking after me, and tell them if I don't feel very well, because you can go into neutropenic sepsis. So because my white blood cell counts, I've got neutropenia, so an infection can go drastically fast in a bad way if I had one. Sorry, excuse me, it's just a little bit of wind. So yeah, so I have to be very, very careful. So if I at all feel unwell, as in not my normal unwell, like my normal unwell is I just don't feel too great and I'm tired and not much energy. But if I felt like I had a sore throat or a cold or stomach pains or my temperature, if my temperature goes up, then I have to immediately ring the hospital and then they'll decide what to do with me. So it may just be a case of getting me some antibiotics quite quickly, but depending on how unwell I am, then I do carry this leaflet and it actually says on it for the hospital if I was to go to, because they may say to me you've got to get to hospital immediately, and I'd go to my local A&E, because my hospital's an hour away, and it does say you need from doorstep to hospital bed, it needs to be an hour. So I'd probably just make it, and depending on how unwell I was, then they may say to go to my acting hospital. But other than that, I'd go to a more local one. And then I've got a form, a leaflet that says you must treat me immediately with antibiotics intravenously. Take my bloods, but don't wait for the results because it can be really quite severe. So that's pretty scary. Obviously I don't want that to happen, and that's why we're a little bit extra careful with me being around people. And you know, I've said to everybody, if you don't feel well at all, then please don't come to see me or you know, mix with like my husband and son, because they're obviously living with me, so that you know, I need them to be as safe as they can. So yeah, so that's a little bit frightening, but you know, it's we're managing it, and it's just gonna be part of my life from now on, I suppose. So yeah, that's that. In other news, did want to touch a little on this because I've got my cup of tea, sorry. I was going to touch a little bit on this. I did say that I'd got my tickets for Bon Jovi for next year. So really pleased that I got them. Went through direct to Wembley. I got a good price for my ticket because I'm disabled. And yeah, was really pleased about that. So then we discussed that we'd stay over. Now bearing in mind this is next September, so a year's time, just 11 months time. So we discussed getting a hotel. So I had a quick look at, so obviously with me not being well and you know, whatever, I needed to be as close to the venue as possible. So I looked at the closest hotel to Wembley, which is the Hilton Wembley, and it's a 6-minute walk to Wembley Stadium, so perfect for me. Knew it might be a little bit pricey, but prepared to pay a little bit more because it's closer. I'm not good at walking. I'm not supposed to be in crowds. Now I'm going to be in a big crowd at the concert. I'll probably wear a mask. It does depend on how things are in the world. Like a couple of weeks back, COVID was rife again around here. So if that's, you know, if that's the case, then I'd wear a mask and I'd protect myself. But it's an open air concert, so I should be okay. Just take as much precaution as I can. And it's 11 months away, so, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I know it won't be better, but I might feel a lot better by then, because I might be used to my medication and whatnot. So anyhow, so looked at this hotel, thought, yeah, that's brilliant. 6 minutes walk to the arena, watch the concert, 6 minutes walk straight back. So limiting my time in crowds, because you know, if anyone's been to a concert, you know, when you come out, there's just massive people everywhere all the time, and like you don't know where you're going, and you're trying to get transport, you're trying to get to where you need to go to get picked up or whatever, and you're just in these like massive people. Such a, sorry, my dog's come on, can I come on? No. I've got a black Labrador and he's called Maverick, and he's the cutest thing ever. But he comes to tell me when, he's like a caring dog. So he's only 2, but he comes to tell me when it's lunchtime, and he won't leave me alone until I get myself something to eat, which is really quite cute. And it must be near lunchtime because he's coming up in a minute. So anyway, so yeah, so I thought, right, get out of Wembley, 6 minutes walk, I'm back in my room, like safe as houses. So looked at the hotels prior to getting the tickets, and they were quite spenny. So yeah, they were probably priced around £400 to £500 a night, which is a lot of money. But it was the best hotel for me to book, we thought. So got 12 minutes to pay for it. Thought I'd save up for that. You know, me and my husband will make sure that we can save up for this hotel room, and it'll be like a little treat, because I don't think we'll be going on holiday or anything next year, so I'll take that as my treat. So looked at that, thought, yeah, that's not too bad. Anywho, hubby come in the other night, said, did you look at them hotels? I said, yeah, I did, and I think we'll go for that one that's 6 minutes away. So he said, well, you might need to book it, because obviously the tickets have gone on sale, so people that want accommodation will start to book the accommodation, and we don't want to not be able to have the accommodation, because, you know, it's not just up the road. So went online, went into the hotel booking, and it's just unbelievable that people can do what they've done. So the price of the room is nearly tripled in price. So for a 1 night stay with breakfast, it's going to cost the price of a cheap holiday to Spain, which I've booked it. Like I said, it's a treat for me. We've got time to save up. Who knows what's going to happen between now and then. I might win the lottery and have lots of money. But I needed a room to stay in. I could have had another room. I could have had another place near the venue and got cab or whatever too. But then I'd have been in this crowd looking for a way out, and that's what I want to eliminate. I want to be as fast as I can to get to the venue and get back to the hotel room, to eliminate the problems that you encounter. Plus my husband absolutely hates crowds. Very shocked that he's come into the concert with me, to be honest. He has been to a few concerts but just doesn't like crowds at all. But he said he'll do it for me, so that's really cute. So yeah, so we're being very extravagant next year, but it just, so when we did it, obviously when my children were younger, we went on holiday in school holidays and didn't have, like, we didn't go abroad or anything. We always went to Cornwall, but didn't really take much notice about what people were saying about, you know, when it's the school holidays, prices go up, you know, and even now, so influencers, so there might be an influencer saying, oh, these hot chocolates are on offer at the moment in Amazon, go and get them, they're 40% off. And then within an hour, Amazon's price will go up because, you know, supply and demand. So yeah, I knew that the hotel would whack on a penny or two for the night that Bon Jovi's playing, but the amount they've whacked on is just ridiculous. Holiday companies, they do the same. You know, like I said, influencers can't even get you to buy a product now without it changing price very, very quickly. People just jump on these bandwagons and think they can get more out of you because you're going to really want it. So, you know, but you know, to triple the price of a hotel room, and it's not even a 5-star. It's not, you know, it's the Hilton, yeah, but it's not, you know, I've seen a few Hiltons that ain't that great, to be honest. So it's just a hotel bed, you know. I'm not getting nothing special out of it. A hotel bed, and might get a couple of sachets of coffee, and a breakfast that I'm paying for. So yeah, just wow, how, you know, things can be influenced so quickly. The tickets went on general sale today for Bon Jovi, so I'm hoping people who really want them got them, and it wasn't just ticket touts buying all the tickets and then selling them on at a later date, because again, that's, you know, that happens a lot, and it's just not fair. It's not fair to people who really want to go and see somebody and are prepared, because they're not cheap. There's been a lot of talk on the Bon Jovi sites and things that I'm on, saying lower your prices, lower your prices. Well, it's not just the band, is it, that's charging the prices? It's the venue that are getting, you know, they're probably making the most of the money out of it. So I don't think it's the band. I think if you want to support your band, then you will pay to go and see them, whoever they may be. And if you really want to go and see them, then you'll pay a little bit of money to do that. But I think the ticket touts and that, they just, you know, go in and buy sort of 6 tickets at a time, and they've probably got loads of people just online at the same time just buying 6 tickets. I think they limit you to 6, and that's just not fair on fans of people. But I do think it's the venue that put the prices up. I don't think it's just the band. Yeah, they've got to make money, of course they have. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's like exploitation, isn't it? We're exploited in everything we do. So merchandise, everything, we're exploited. I'm going to go to the concert and I'm gonna want a t-shirt. I've bought a t-shirt at every concert I've been to, especially of Bon Jovi. Don't think I've ever wore them. No, I don't think I have. And I haven't got them now. So I've got all the memories of the concerts, but I don't really keep the t-shirt, which is a shame. I mean, I suppose some people do and they treasure them, but I haven't got room in my life for t-shirts I'm not going to wear. But saying that, I'm going to go in September next year, and I'm probably going to end up with a band t-shirt, just because. But they, you know, I don't think that's the band either. You know, they do sell their own merchandise, but I think, you know, everyone puts money on everything, and everyone, like, they know you're going to buy it. You're at a Bon Jovi concert. There's only that merchandise there. You're going to want it. People are, you know, you're going to buy it. So, you know, if a t-shirt is 55 quid, someone's going to pay 55 quid for a t-shirt because they want it, because they're there and that's their band and whatever. So, yeah, but the hotel has just really peeved me, that it's tripled the cost. I just think that's ridiculous. I am going. It will be my holiday of the year, you know, the whole year. Something for me to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to going. The new album's really good. If anyone wants to go and listen to it, it's called Forever. And yeah, so yeah, just a little grumble about that, really, that people just whack money on for no reason. And I just don't, I don't understand that. I get why you know, I get that it's done, but I just don't understand why. You know, you should only sell something sell it for what it's worth. And just because, you know, like I make my jewellery and I sell my jewellery. So a necklace is £5. A bracelet is £5. The earrings are £3. But if I went to a show and I knew that every single person at that show was going to buy my earrings, I'd just be grateful that they were buying the earrings for the price I'd put them up for. I wouldn't think, oh, everyone's going to buy my earrings, so I'm going to charge a tenner for them, which is tripling the price. I wouldn't do that. I'd just be grateful that people were purchasing from me at the price that I thought the item was worth. This hotel room, if I went and stayed there tomorrow night, it's 500 quid. Isn't it? The hotel room's not going to change, is it? Like, there's nothing, you know, they're not going to, it's not going to be any different to the night before, or, you know, it's just, it is exploitation, and it's not fair on people, because there might be people, you know, I'm lucky, I'm not working at the moment, but my husband's working, and we're financially okay. We're not rich by any means, but we're okay, we get by okay. But there's people who probably love doing things like that, and that just prices them out like the brackets just are so high that they can't even think about doing things like that. So yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, so this is just a little Friday chat. I'm gonna do my Sunday slobby day, and I'm going to try and talk about extended family. So I've spoken about my family, me, my husband, my daughter, my son, and then my sister and her family, who are my direct family. But I want to talk a little bit about extended family, so aunts, uncles, cousins, and in-laws, and how, you know, these people impact your life, basically. So yeah, that might be an interesting topic. I say I'm going to talk about that, hopefully I do, because you know what I'm like, I just waffle on and talk about all different things at all different times of the conversation. So yeah, little bit sporadic. I'm gonna go now and get myself some lunch. Think I might just have some soup and bread, something simple but a bit warming. I said when I came on here that we'd had a massive rainstorm, and now I'm looking out there and it's the most beautiful autumn day. The sun's bright and shining. I can see all the leaves that are red, orange, browns, greens, yellows, and the sun's gleaming on these leaves, and you wouldn't know that we just had a massive storm. So yeah, that's Britain for you. So yeah, so hope everybody's okay. Yeah, I haven't really got much more to say. I've waffled on for long enough, and I'm sorry if people get bored of me. Just don't watch. But you know, I'm really enjoying doing these, and hopefully there's a few of you who are enjoying watching. So take care of you, have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you on Slobby Sunday. Bye bye for now.